Hey peeps, it's Tripl-L, and now let's talk One Piece chapter 859, the Yonko assassination plot. If my voice sounds funny, I apologize. I am still under the weather. I think this is going to be around for a few weeks. It's unfortunate. Anyway, let's talk about the chapter. Let's talk about what's going on. This chapter was largely a talker chapter, so just a lot of talking, but it's also very strong characterization and very strong on giving us details on certain characters. So overall, it's a pretty worthwhile chapter. There was a lot of content in it because of how much dialogue was being said. And of course, there were the nice little gags in between there, mostly revolving around Caesar and how he's pretty much the butt monkey for everyone here. Anyway, let's talk about the biggest piece of this chapter, which is the plan to take down Big Mom. We find out it's going to be pretty clutch. It's like about 5 seconds. There's a lot of variables going into this. There's a 3-second window. Luffy has to go in there. He has to break a photograph. They need to use a super special poison to like launch it at Big Mom. Big Mom has really strong skin. She's impervious until she like loses her cool. When the photo's destroyed, they need a window of opportunity. Then everyone needs to get out of there. Need to run away. Need to get into the mirror world. Need to get to their ships and hightail it out of there. It's a very complex plot. There are so many variables in that plot that if any one of those things goes wrong, it's over. And so this is definitely one of those things where you definitely need that Straw Hat plot luck. You really need them to just know what they're doing. And let's just talk about the plan. Like, there's a lot of possibilities for things to go wrong here. For instance, let's just start naming off some possibilities. 1. Caesar, his gas poison weapon somehow for some reason doesn't work. Big Mom has some immunity to poison to the degree that Luffy has. Uh-oh, that would suck. Another possible hole. The Straw Hats recognize the picture of Mother Caramel and it's someone they know, and that kind of like causes just a second to pass, which makes everything a bit worse for Luffy. God forbid that happens. Another, what if actually totally breaking the picture of Mother Caramel doesn't just make Big Mom upset, they make her visibly enraged to the point that she can still function. Like, she's so bad with rage that she doesn't really go into like her death wail, but rather just goes into like total full-on rage. Because, you know, no one's ever completely destroyed the picture. This is a big assumption on their part. Another one, Sanji dodging the bullet. Will Sanji actually be able to dodge the bullet? He has really good color of observation, but what if something goes wrong and then, no, he just can't. Another one, Brule gets away. Brule goes and tells Big Mom. There's a lot of things that could go potentially wrong here, especially because this plan is hinging on a lot of assumptions. So seeing how this actually will derail will be part of the fun. What I'm ultimately trying to say is that this plan is relying more on dumb luck than it is actually any skill or precision. And that's fair. I mean, it's a Yonko, right? You kind of need to go to these extremes if you want to take them down. And so it's justifiable that they're relying on luck to such a degree. It's interesting that Capone as a character is relying on luck to such a degree, but there's also always the possibility that Capone is going to backstab someone in, you know, for the sake of a bigger plot and a better attempt at killing Big Mom. So, you know, overall, it's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out. Now, if we were to talk in the narrative sense, it took Luffy and Law to even give Luffy a fighting chance against Doflamingo. I think it wouldn't be very fair if Luffy and Capone would be able to take out Big Mom if they came down to that situation. So I think this method of doing it, this really elaborate, complex, assumption-heavy plan is a much better way to take down Big Mom than the possibility of everything going down and then Luffy and Capone having to team up to take on Big Mom head on. I just think, you know, just to pay respect to the power scales that were established in One Piece, we can't have that kind of situation unfolding here. But anyway, the whole portion of the chapter, which was talking about the plan and just getting it ready, it's a pretty strong portion of the chapter. It's nice to see Capone is rather respectful towards the Straw Hats, and everyone's talking and everyone seems to be having fun. Luffy volunteers to be the decoy. He's going to take on the most dangerous job. He's planning to have fun with it. Overall, that whole section is pretty solid. Standout moments, you know, Capone trying to appease his kid, Luffy wanting to be the decoy. Yeah. Those were all pretty strong moments. Yeah, the Caesar gags. Caesar wanted to be called Gastino because he doesn't want Big Mom catching on just in case. Overall, pretty strong part of the chapter. Now moving into the other parts of the chapters where we start segueing to other things. Actually, no, before that, let's talk about Big Mom. Big Mom shows off that she is still as unhinged as ever. If you turn the picture, she's going to go into a weird kind of fit. Her voice is going to get really weird. They need the new little earplugs to be able to survive during that time. She will exude just conqueror's haki. that picture means so much to her that because we didn't get to see whose face is in it, I want to assume it's someone that we've seen before. That would be excellent. I just can't think of who it would be, but man, it would be excellent if it's someone we've seen before. I think it'd be pretty funny. Anyway, moving on. Big Mom's quirks were shown off again in this chapter, and it was it was worthwhile. We also got to see Big Mom actually, as she's waking up and realizing that the skeleton she's holding is actually dead, and she's freaking out, but then wedding cake brings her back to happiness. So that was a fun little quirk part. And again, the rest of the chapter was just setting up the rest of the day. We got to see the Vinsmokes, what they're doing. We got to see a pretty badass #1 tattoo. And yeah. Oh, we also got to see not Reiju. We got to see Pudding, and just that she's dreading the possibility of having to wipe so many people's memories so that everyone thinks she's a nice girl. Man, first world problems. That's really what Pudding is telling me. That girl, she needs a good kick in the face, but you know what? Sanji's not going to do it. So I hope Nami electrocutes her at the very least. So, you know, overall, it's a pretty simple chapter when you don't talk about the specifics of the plan. The plan was taking up quite a bit of time. I'm going to end the video here. It's a bit shorter than the average One Piece video, but overall, I really enjoyed the chapter. Yeah, I'm just going to end it here. So, guys, thanks for watching, and till next time, I hope you have a great day. Let me know if there's any big thing in the chapter that I missed talking about. Just leave it down below. Till next time. Have a great day.